Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, how the entire family can make the most out of spooky season by attending the Tricks and Treats event at the Figge Art Museum. We'll get a preview.
Plus, remarkable storytelling is shining a spotlight on local heroes. How an Emmy Award-winning Fourth Wall film is bringing Hero Street history to life on the big screen.
And those very same filmmakers partnered with a group of students to help them honor area veterans in a powerful way. How their project is making a big impact. And that's where we begin on this Thursday, October 23rd. You're watching Quad Cities Live. Thanks for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. We've got a truly inspiring story today about a group of local 4-H students using film to honor our nation's heroes.
The club 4-H in the city teamed up with Emmy Award-winning Fourth Wall Films to create a documentary featuring interviews with area veterans. And this weekend, the project is getting a special public screening.
Yes.
Joining us today is club leader Lori Tharp, along with the 4-H in the City group, who you're going to meet in just a minute here. Lori, thanks for being here today.
Yeah, thanks, Lori.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
of course.
We're so excited to have
are.
all of you in the studio today. So let's just start with the organization itself. Tell us a little bit about 4-H in the City, what you all do and what your mission is.
Okay, so 4-H in the City has been around since 2008, and we meet in the Silvis area. We locally currently have 7 kids, ranging from 10 to 18. Wow. And we do a lot of different projects. Our group is little, but we do a massive amount of stuff for fair, visual arts, some animal projects, civic engagement, leadership. So we do a lot of different projects.
Wow.
Yeah, a small but mighty group, that's for sure. So one of these projects is this film that you and the students have been working, really the students have been working on for the last year. So how did that partnership with Fourth Wall Films come about?
Well, we had been volunteering with the local group, Friends of the National Cemetery at the Arsenal. And after the kids had been volunteering with them, we heard so many of the cool stories of their service. And so we just thought they really needed to be documented.
Yeah.
So we reached out to Kelly and Tammy Rendell from Fourth Wall Films, and they were very eager and very good about patient in working with us to create this documentary.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we edited a little bit of a clip from it right here. We didn't want to give too much away, but I got to see some of it today, and I was just so impressed with the interview and all of that. So what were some of the biggest things, Lori, you would say that the clubbers learned from this project?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I have heard from the kids, their listening skills. They really took the time to listen to the vets and to hear all the stories, and so I feel like they became better listeners, but also the compassion. I don't think any of us realize what service people go through.
Right.
And I think that was probably another big impact.
Very impactful.
Yeah, sounds like a great learning opportunity for them in more aspects than one. So without further ado, let's talk with some of the kids as part of the 4-H in the City Club. Emily, we want to start with you. Can you give us an idea about the process of creating these films, not only from the interviewing, but from the shooting and the editing process of it?
Yeah. We had started when we learned with Fourth Wall Films.
Yeah.
We had learned about talking about
No, it's okay.
No, you're fine.
It's okay. I mean, this is an exciting opportunity for you, and I'm sure that there's so many memories going through your head about listening to these stories from these local heroes.
We had started with doing, like, of course, figuring out who our vet was going to be.
Yeah.
Having to do that, doing some pre-interview questions to get to know our veterans, where we learned more about them.
Yeah.
Then we started with, of course, we learned how to do the lighting and the camera, how to make sure we can be able to set it up with the audio.
There's a lot that goes into it, isn't there?
Yes, there's a lot.
There's a whole lot that you have to learn just to be able to put something like that together, and it is really impressive to just see even some of the finished product that they completed.
It was professional.
Yes.
It's great.
So we want to talk with Maya next.
Yeah.
So can you share what it was like for you and your friends here to meet some of these veterans and then in turn share their stories? I mean, some of the things they probably shared with you is truly incredible to hear.
It was really amazing to meet these people and tell their stories because they're just so complex, and they're not all just war stories or anything like that. There's a lot that goes into being in the military. We learned, like I interviewed a veteran from the Korean War, but not everyone else did that. And so there's a lot of variety I found.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I'm sure you could sit for hours and talk to those veterans. I'm sure that they have stories left and right. So, Carter, if we want to go to you next, I mean, you guys worked really hard on this, have worked really hard on all your projects, and you've actually received awards for the project. So can you tell us a little bit more about how that feels to be award winners?
Yeah. So first we won a State Fair delegate, a blue ribbon, and a best of show at the county level.
Congratulations.
That's impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And then we went to State Fair and we got the grand champion there.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think it felt great to know that our documentary had that level of expertise and quality put into it, that we were able to win those awards.
You should be very proud.
Making a difference. We love that.
You are making an impact. And Lori, before we wrap up, you must be so proud of these kids. I mean, you were talking with us about, you know, some of them have been a part of this club for many, many years at this point.
Yes. So Carter and Emily and Noah and Maya and Olivia, we've known since preschool, kindergarten.
Amazing.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
well, we all have a chance to catch this film. Of course, it's an award-winning film, so we want to see the hard work that these students have done with this film, so you can catch it this Saturday, October 25th. It's going to be at 1 o'clock at the Moline Public Library, so be sure to head there and see the hard work that these 7 students have put in over the last year.
Yeah.
So Lori and the 4-H and the City Club members, we appreciate you for being here, and there's that information. Salute to Service, presented by 4-H in the City this Saturday.
Very exciting, yes. Thank you all for being here today. And still to come, our spotlight on stories of military service continues as we learn more about the sacrifice of a soldier from Hero Street. Up next, a preview of a powerful film premiering on Veterans Day weekend.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The acclaimed Hero Street documentary series, created by Emmy award-winning Fourth Wall Films, is releasing yet another powerful story of courage, sacrifice, and love. Filmmaker Kelly Rundle joins us now to talk about this newest chapter called The Last to Fall from Hero Street, John Munoz story. Kelly, thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yes, I'm so excited to have, we're very, military veteran focused today in the studio. I'm so excited to have you here. And Tammy, of course, who is not on camera as usual. She's behind the scenes. So for those unfamiliar with Hero Street and the whole documentary series that you have started, can you tell us a little bit about it and what inspired it?
Well, what inspired it was that I grew up here. I went to United Township High School.
Oh, wow, yeah.
I went to school with kids who were related to the heroes. I never heard the Hero Street story. I didn't hear it until 25 years after we had left the Quad Cities and we moved back. And that's when I first heard about it.
Okay.
So in a way, we're doing it because I don't think kids should grow up here in the Quad Cities and not hear this local story, but it's also an important American history story.
I was going to add that. It really is incredible. So for anybody who feels like they may know a little bit about it, but not everything about it, wow. I mean, the story of Hero Street is incredible.
Yeah. So the basis of it is that you have a block-and-a-half long street that was settled by Mexican immigrants around 1929. Now they were in the rail yards in a boxcar village before that, 10 years before that.
Right.
But out of that street we have 8 young men who died while serving, 6 during World War II and 2 during the Korean War. And to our knowledge, that's more than certainly any other street of that size in the nation.
Yeah. And this film that's about to be released as part of the series, it's the final episode, correct?
It's the final, but as we were kind of chatting off camera there, that it's not in the correct order. It is the last of 9 episodes,
right?
But it's the 5th completed episode.
Okay. Yes. Well, it is very interesting to hear you talk about it because just the gathering of the information, finding the folks to interview and all of that, it doesn't happen on a timeline that we necessarily, would prefer. It's history, and it's truly amazing. So 2 of the episodes have already received Emmy nominations, which is amazing. True. So congratulations on that.
Thanks.
So as we mentioned, this film focuses on Private First Class John Munoz.
Yes.
So what about his story makes it really stand out in the Hero Street legacy?
So John was born when his parents lived in the rail yard in a boxcar. He was born at Moline Public Hospital, but he would have been too young to remember that because shortly thereafter the folks moved from the rail yard up to what is now Hero Street, 2nd Street in Silvis. So his formative years would have been during the Great Depression, and then he would have seen young men going off to war during World War II, and he would have seen 6 of them coming home in coffins.
Okay, and he was in Korea.
He was, yes, so he was the right age for the Korean War. And his story has a little twist in that he falls in love the year just prior to his entering the service.
Okay.
Falls hard.
Yeah.
And so his focus begins to shift away from the things that young men think about in terms of maybe the romantic parts of war,
right,
to an actual romance.
An actual romance. Well, we have a clip that we want to play for everybody, so let's take a listen.
To his friends that I don't want to go because I know I won't come back. He was afraid they would never see Mary again, and it turned out true.
You know, Mexican-American privates who die, you know, in foxholes in Korea are, you know, just kind of forgotten. But it's part of American history, and if you had a big painting on the wall, a big mural, and you didn't tell the story, there'd be a little chunk of that mural, that painting, that's missing, and the story wouldn't be complete. So it just...
Yeah, very touching to hear that. So we'll put the information on the screen right now, Kelly, but we all have the opportunity to see the entire thing in person at the Putnam here coming up.
Yep, on November 8th and 2 p.m. and tickets are available through the Putnam's website. We're very excited about it. There's going to be folks coming in from around the country with connections to the story, and so it's always exciting and a little terrifying for us.
You will be fine. You are all amazing. There will be a musical tribute. There will be a Q&A afterwards. So putnam.org to get your tickets. Kelly, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it. Just ahead on QCL, hear about the upcoming Tricks and Treats event at the Figge Art Museum, providing fun for the entire family before Davenport's annual parade.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Ready for some spooky fun at the Figge Art Museum.
That's right. The annual Tricks and Treats event is back on Sunday, October 26th, and it's completely free for families to enjoy. Joining us to share what's in store for this year is Kelsey Vanderkoy, the Figge's School Programs Coordinator. Kelsey, welcome back to the show. Thanks for being here on the live stream with us.
Yeah, thanks again for having me.
Yes,
excited to be here.
Of course. So let's talk a little bit more about the event at the Figge. Popular event, so what can families expect if they're heading out?
Sure, yeah, it's been popular. So it's a relatively new event, but it has been happening for the last couple of years. And so basically what they can expect is hopefully lots of fun. So this is geared more towards families, of course, with younger children, but everybody of all ages, of course, is invited. Like you said, it's on October 26th. It's from noon to 2. And so basically the museum will be open and free to everybody. And then we will have various activities for all the families to participate in as they come.
Yeah, and what I love so much about this, and I didn't realize it until I was on the Figge website, is that this is lined up perfectly to happen before the Davenport Halloween parade downtown. So, you know, this is a lot of families who are already going to be headed downtown anyways to check out the really fun Halloween parade. And this is just something extra to do, right? Park your car, head into the Figge, enjoy everything that you all have to offer, especially if it's a chilly day. You know, you just never know. And just keep the fun going. I love that.
Yes, and that's one of the reasons why we always try to line it up on the day that we do, because a lot of people are like, I don't know about a Sunday, but we always try to line it up with the parade so they can come and do their activities, and then it's a kind of fun way as they're leaving and they're getting their little goodie bag with their candy, they can go right out and the parade's starting right there. And like you said, they don't even have to have their car, they have a front row seat because it just passes right by in downtown Davenport.
Yeah, it's really perfect.
Yeah, so what kind of activities can people participate in?
Sure, so when they come, of course, we encourage people to dress up in costume if they want.
Absolutely.
And then so the galleries will be free, and so we'll have different things that the kids can participate in, like scavenger hunts and things throughout the gallery. It's an activity that's kind of fun for them, but also encourages them to go into the galleries and get to look at the art in a different way. And then, of course, in the lobbies, we will have different types of like photo opportunities with different backdrops, and we have different art activities that the kids can do. And then, like I said, as they leave, they get a nice little goodie bag of like treats and like little toys and stuff that they can do.
That's very cute. So I feel like you kind of touched on it a little bit, but just describe how, you know, an event like this, very family friendly, it is free, really aligns with the Figge's mission of bringing art art and people together.
Yeah, so it's kind of a twofold event because it brings art and people together, again, of all ages. So again, it's kind of like lots of our events we have throughout the year where people who wouldn't necessarily come to the Figge for whatever reason, maybe they just aren't aware of all the events the Figge has to offer, or like we keep saying with younger children, they think the Figge's not really a place for them. They're like, how about little kids in the art museum?
Right.
Like, really, I understand where they're coming from, but really this kind of event's a good way to introduce them. So like I said, through those activities, they're saying, hey, this is something we can come back. So then if they want to come back for, say, like in November for like our second Saturday, it's like, hey, we were just there for trick-or-treating. And so it not only aligns with our mission, but it aligns with our partnership with, of course, the city of Davenport as well, with being part of the parade and having the other community partners in Davenport as well.
I love that.
And you're always changing the exhibits there, so you know, if you go this time, you know, this month, you know, 2 months down the road, you'll have other things, other things to do there and other things to check out. So the event is obviously free, but do we need to register ahead of time?
No, okay, you can just show up.
You can just show up to the event. That is wonderful. So why do you think it's important that the Figge, you know, continues to do stuff like this? Like, it really, it irked something in my brain, because when you think of children, you think of the art museum. I love that you said that. You know, oftentimes people go, this is not a place for little kids. And that just seems like the opposite of what the Figge has been doing for many, many years, and constantly doing free things that families can get involved in, like Second Saturdays. So yeah, just talk a little bit more about that, and you know, how you think this really is not only serving families, but the entire community.
Yeah, so I think we're trying to do this as because we're trying to serve the community as a bigger whole, trying to let the community know there's a lot of stuff that's going out right now in the world, kind of scary, and that the community, we're always here for them, along with our other museum partners like the Putnam, who we saw earlier today, and just to keep emphasizing that it's free, because I know these days, whether you have one child or many children, things are expensive, so we're always trying to offer these free events. So, you know, we have the, of course, monthly event with Second Saturday, but we have Tricks and Treats, and then, of course, to keep the fall fun going, we have our big Day of the Dent event on November 2nd. So if you missed Tricks and Treats this year, you can go ahead and you can come to that, which will be the following week.
Looking forward to that. Absolutely.
Yes. So is there anything else that people should know before they head out? Obviously going to be a lot of fun.
Wear your costume.
Yeah,
yes,
bring the
wear
costumes,
your costumes,
for sure.
definitely. Yeah, I don't think so. I just hope people come down and have a great time. And like I said, we have many things coming down the pipeline, and we are still in the midst of celebrating our 100-year anniversary. So lots of fun things to see for that. And all our exhibit floors are open and ready for you guys to come explore.
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you. The Figge's Tricks and Treats event runs from noon until 2 p.m. on Sunday, October 26th, happening right before Davenport's downtown Halloween parade. Again, this is free to attend. If you want to learn more about this event or any upcoming exhibitions at the museum, you can visit FiggeArtMuseum.org. Kelsey, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Up next on Quad Cities Live, it's Throwback Thursday. We'll take you back a few years for some warm thoughts ahead of another chilly night. Ooh. All right, here we are again.
Yeah.
It is Friday Eve.
It is.
Otherwise known as Thursday, which means it's Throwback Thursday on QCL. Right. So yours is the one, I don't know the story behind yours.
Yeah.
That's the one we saw headed into the commercial break.
It is, yeah. So I thought, okay, we've got that first alert day for the freeze warning coming up. Cold again tonight, so let's have warm thoughts. It was this week, let's see, 4 years ago now. This is 2021, where I took the family and I, and at that time it was just me, Rosalie, and Carson. We went to St. Pete Beach. That's kind of like our vacation spot that we've gone. We went every year except for 2020 for obvious reasons, and then 21, 22. Haven't been back since, but this was the sunset outside of our condo that we stayed in. It had a pool right there along the beach. Oh, it was so relaxing. We just love that spot at St. Pete Beach. So it's on the bucket list to get back down there. Yeah. We did take Chandler the following year when she was born and had a blast as well. But yeah, that's one of our favorite spots down there in Florida. So hope to make it back soon. But yeah, I thought I'd share that as a warm thought. Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
So relaxing too.
I know, and I feel like right now, like everybody is ready for just like a little vacation because the weather is really starting to turn.
It is.
And like we're excited, right? We're like, God, it's been hot for so long.
We're ready for fall.
We're ready for fall. And I'm that person that's like, just kidding. I spoke a little too soon.
We all know what's ahead of us.
We all know what's ahead.
Let's plan those vacations now.
Yes. So my throwback goes back to, gosh, I want to say 2020, October.
Look at her face.
She is not pleased with the costume choice.
No.
So all I remember about this is she had a different Halloween costume for that year. I think it was a Snow White costume.
Oh, okay.
But this was for preschool or daycare at the time. And so she's happy, right, when she's walking into school. But,
right.
We put this one on her.
She want to be the little chicken?
And she did not want to be the little chicken. Although she picked it out, I'm pretty sure it was just like a Walmart or Target or something like that. And did not want to wear it that morning. So I was like scrolling through my phone. And I'm like, what's a good timely? So it was like this day or this time last year where she, or last year in 2020. Where we put her in this one, and like the face says it all.
Yes.
Like, she is just not pleased. But she was happy walking into
That's good.
school.
I know. I'm just waiting for the day where my two oldest are like,
they get picky.
I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to wear this costume. But hopefully, so far so good with this year. Their choices are home strong.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you so much for watching QCL.
Jeopardy is coming up next, followed by your news at 4 o'clock. We'll see you tomorrow.